Hello and welcome to Optics Trade Debates. I'm Andrash.
My name is Theodor. Hello.
And we're currently discussing different categories that you can find on our webpage. As you can see here, we have some magnifiers. And we get a lot of questions regarding magnifiers, and we think it's important to discuss a little bit how they're used and so on. We already have an example here, so the system.
Yeah.
And with the help of this system, we'll try to help you understand how a magnifier works. Theodor, let's start with some general characteristics of a magnifier.
Well, magnifier is a really simple optical device that just magnifies image. However, all these magnifiers are built to be used in conjunction with a red dot sight. That means a red dot sight usually has power 1 magnification, so no magnification at all, and all red dots are really great for close range. However, if you wish to shoot with a red dot on a little bit longer distances, you have a problem, because we know with a plain eyesight it's really hard to shoot, let's say, on 150 or 200 meters. Even on iron sights it's really hard, especially if you want to be precise. So this is the reason why they started to produce magnifiers, because with a really easy use you can switch between using a normal red dot sight with both eyes open, and then switching on the magnifier and using it as a, I would say, magnified optics, almost like a rifle scope, for a little bit longer shots. So this is the way how they work.
So moving on, I know that there are some specialities regarding the mounting. So if we can perhaps show our viewers with the help of the system that we have here.
The magnifier is always mounted behind the red dot on a rifle. If I put this here,
so
this is not a rifle, yeah, but I think it will do for the presentation. So you have a dot in front and the magnifier behind it. First of all, what is really important is the height, because it has to be the optical axis of both two devices has to be the same on the same level.
So aligning is important here.
Yeah. First of all, the height. The height, there is no height difference. More or less, there are only two available heights with all red dots and all magnifiers. So it's either 30 millimeters from the Picatinny rail to the optical center of the red dot and the magnifier, or 39 millimeters. At least I think it is like this. Maybe I'm off with millimeters, but it's only a couple of millimeters of difference between different manufacturers. So majority, or at least some producers, they produce magnifiers which come with a kit for two different heights, so that you always use the appropriate height depending on the red dot you're using, so that you have the aligned, both optical axes are aligned. This is the first thing. The second thing is you can fine-tune the whole, I would say, the centering or the alignment, the central alignment of the magnifier once it's mounted behind the red dot with these small screws on top and on the side. This works very similarly like the turrets on rifle scopes. So what you do here is that you get the red dot in the center of the field of view, so that you can aim it really precisely in the center of the field of view. Not all magnifiers have this feature. There are some magnifiers that don't have this feature. So those, when you're looking through them, you just see the dot where it is.
Would you say that this is the quality of more
no,
expensive, or
it's not really connected, because you have really expensive magnifiers which lack this feature, and then you have less expensive magnifiers that have this feature. It's not really that important, but it is aesthetically pleasing if it's possible that you align the dot that is in the center of the field of view of the magnifier. So this is regarding mounting. So the proper height, and then regarding the alignment, the proper height, which is defined by the proper mounting solution, and then you can still fine-tune the alignment with these turrets. Now, if you talk about the mounting solutions themselves, in the past there were many mounting solutions where you just connect the magnifier on your rail, and then you pull it off and into your pocket and use the dot itself. However, lately, in the last couple of years, the most popular solution is flip to sight. That means that you are using the magnifier which is always connected to the rail, but it can change, you can change its position. So when it's in this, I would say, vertical position, you're using it with the red dot. When you flip it to side, you use the red dot itself.
So this is much more practical than putting it into the pocket.
I will show it like this. So now you can see it's flipped to the side, and now
it doesn't obstruct your view.
So you're using the red dot without any magnification, with both eyes open. And now in this position you're using the red dot with a 3 times magnification, so you're able to shoot a little bit longer, I would say, out to 200
So you can quickly
meters.
switch between, I don't know, short range shooting and a little bit farther away.
And this is usually mounted, if you're a right-hander, you flip it on the right side, so it's here. So both of your eyes are free to see the whole field of view. And when you put it back, you're able to see the magnified image of the red dot. The magnifier magnifies the red dot also. The only exceptions are holographic red dots, like EOTech and I think Vortex UH1, where the dot actually shrinks when you use the magnifier. But in all cases, a red dot is not meant for some extreme long range shooting, it's not meant for bullet drop compensation and so on. So even if the magnifier magnifies a little bit the red dot, it's not a big problem.
Negligibles.
So the flip to side mounts are, I would say, now the standard. If you're a right hand, you have to mount it so that it folds outside of your field of view to the right. If you're a left-hander, then you have to mount the mount so it folds on the left side, so it doesn't obstruct your field of view. I don't know if we already talked about the magnification.
No, this is this was my last question. What magnifications is it possible to get with magnifiers?
I think the golden standard at the moment is 3 times magnification, because if you have a higher magnification, then the dot really becomes big. But still, you can still buy 6, 5 different types of...
With 6 you also get probably a narrower image, so it's not that
field of view is more obstructed. But still, on the other hand, you can reach further away, because 6 times magnification is higher than 3 times. What is also important is that you can use the magnifier on all types of red dots, either reflex red dots like this Meprolite, or tube red dots like, I don't know, Aimpoint Micro or similar. So you can use them with holographic red dots. With any type of red dot you can use a magnifier. The only criteria is that the dot is mounted high enough that you get alignment of both optical axes. So the problem would be that if you would mount a really compact, let's say Doctor Noblex sight really low, then it's impossible to get a magnifier that could be mounted low enough so that you'll be able to use this.
So sights like that are not cannot be used with a magnifier.
Yeah, the magnifiers are mostly meant for use on rifles, on assault rifles like AR platforms and similar, AKs even. So they are not meant for red dots which are mounted really low, which can also be used on handguns and so on. So magnifiers go well together with red dots which are meant for use on rifles. And no matter what form factor they have, either reflex sight or full tube sight or any holographic or any other category of red dot sights.
So you mentioned that magnifiers mostly nowadays as a standard feature a flip to side mount. Do we still find some other
we still find some solutions where you need to remove the magnifier completely from the mount. The problem is where to put it, especially in some hectic situation. Okay, so now you need only a red dot. Okay, you remove the magnifier and then you put it in your pocket.
Falls to the ground.
Yeah. So flip to side mounts are definitely
effective.
Definitely the best solution, and everybody is now offering this type of mounts, even on really affordable magnifiers like this Sightmark or this Falke, which is also very good. So everybody is offering this type of mounts. You engage or disengage this mount. Let's say Falke and Meprolite have a very similar system. So you pull back. Or I will show it here. So you just pull back the magnifier and then you're able to flip it. Some others have a button. Let's say Vortex has a button. You push the button and then you're able to flip it. or like side mark where you just have to flip it with a little bit more force and it works, and backwards also. So this type of mounts, you're not able to break them because when you use more force, they just go the way you wish. What is also very interesting is that the price varies really a lot with this type of optics. So you can buy some of them really affordable, and the others which are combat ready or combat tested and more robust, they are far more expensive. And again, normally with more expensive magnifiers you get a better optics. The last feature which I think I forgot is that magnifiers also feature diopter compensation. So even if you have astigmatism, which will be problematic eye error.
So the relative sites lack this feature, right?
So if you have astigmatism, an error of an eyesight, then you can adjust this a little bit and try to get a better image. So this is a cool feature, so that you're always able to adjust the diopter setting and to find the best possible setting for your eyesight, even if you have some problems with your eyesight.
Thank you, Theodore.
You're welcome.
I think that we covered the basics, the most common features that are worth mentioning here with magnifiers.
I forgot something.
Just in time.
Most of them are 30 millimeters. So most of them have tubes which are 30 millimeters, and you can use, if you don't use the flip to side mounts, you can also use just normal rifle scope mounts for 30 millimeter tubes. I forgot that.
That's not a problem since we didn't finish the video yet, luckily.
Luckily, yeah.
So now, so hit like, hit subscribe. If we forgot something, leave a comment down in the comment section, you'll get a reply. And also, you can send an email and we'll reply to it as well. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.